You can have it all and not be burnt out, stressed, or spread too thin. It is really important that you know that you can wear all the hats, that you can have a successful career. You can be that wife or girlfriend. You can be that mom or daughter. You can be that friend. And we have so much to balance, but how can we not be spread too thin? Burn the candle from both ends and really burn out. Instead of trying to avoid the burnout, let's talk about why the burnout is happening in the first place and then try to fix them. So as always, welcome or welcome back. Join our community, as balancing your life is just one area that we talk about, but we talk about all areas of your life. We talk about how to believe in yourself, build the life of your dreams, and bloom into the person that you want to become. This is a journey. This is something that you are going through. And I am the founder and creator. My name's Bridget. You can follow me over here and over on Instagram as I'm sharing my story. Trust me, I used to be burnt out. I used to be tired and so unfulfilled. And I started taking my own practices and sharing them with you guys, as really learning that I want to help others from telling my story. I was lost. I didn't know where I was. I was in a change of career, but it wasn't fully there. I needed to have passion projects. I needed to have hobbies. I needed to be a better wife. I needed to be a better stepmom. I needed to be really successful in my career because I like working. But I didn't know how to do all of that. And today I'm sharing all the ways that I've found balance and that I have stepped away from feeling burnt out. Does it still happen? Of course, you are human. You are going to still feel stressed. You are going to still feel spread too thin. Things happen, but really using these techniques to not only get yourself back on track, get out of the slump, or catch yourself before you fall is so important. I want to share with you that these tips are things that you can do as you feel yourself falling. And when you feel it and you start losing that control, you can step back in. And that's when you're going to really catch that burnout before you fall. You're going to find ways to not only reset yourself and refocus, but you're also going to be the one to find that balance again, because nobody's going to do it for you. And that's what this community is here for you to be uplifted. So feel free to join us here and over on Instagram, where I am continuously sharing my tools, my tricks, my habits, and really just sharing my story to help you along your way. Let's jump right into really how you can catch your burnout before you fall by balancing your life and setting those tips and tricks and boundaries and everything that's gonna come your way to keep you in control from burning out. First things first, we all go through it and you're gonna feel off, but it's really important to catch yourself before you fall. And that's what we're all talking about today. But the first thing is you're gonna feel off balance. You are gonna feel like you are going into a slump. You feel like something is off. And it's important that you don't just go and slump. A lot of people think that we just need physical rest or emotional rest and mental rest and put that into, let's watch a TV show, let's just become a couch potato. But it's really important that you catch yourself and know that there's 7 types of rest, and knowing each type of rest is really important. I'm not going to dive deep into all of them. I will name them off in a minute, but it's important that you don't fall into a deeper depression by going into the wrong rest and not distracting yourself with something better. So let's talk about the 7 types of rest that you could have: physical, mental, emotional, social, sensory, creative, and spiritual. Now, all 7 of these, you cannot be burnt out in all 7 areas. Why? Because if you're physically drained, you can still have a creative mind. If you're emotionally drained, you can still go hang out with your friends. If you need to connect with something deeper, such as spiritual, you may have a, let's say, mental rest. Whatever it is, they're going to balance each other. So what I recommend is learning about the 7 rests. If you want to hear about those, how I kind of use my 7 types of rest and really how I use them to kind of alter my burnout as well, we can do that. Whatever it is, figure out where you need the break and try to transfer it and distract yourself to still succeed in a different area of rest. And that's where we go with your life areas. It's important that you change and alter where you need to prioritize and where you need to take a step back. because you can't be doing it all at once. And that's where your types of rest. Why give up on everything when you can just shift? Next thing is blurring boundaries. It's really important to, as we said, set those areas of life, but really set task areas where you work. So my office is where I work. My bedroom is where I relax. My living room is my family time. Do I blur the lines sometimes? Yes, but I try to stay as focused on really setting my areas so that when you show up there, you know what you're doing. You're not blurring it. You're not making your mind confused. This thing up here, this brain, is very powerful, and it goes into habits and routines. And if you want to know when your body can relax, like let's say in bed, when you go to bed, don't be working. When you are in your living room, only spend time with your family. When you are in your office or in your space to work, that's where you work. And setting those areas and really figuring out, this is the boundary of, this is where I am, this is what I need to do. Getting that very concrete and specific will help your brain, because they're like, this area of my life is what I need to work on now. We think about a lot of things, and your brain is overthinking, overdoing, and really it's a powerful thing, but it can be overused. So it's really important to set the areas of life where you're going to do it and do that action there. Once again, when you're blurring the boundaries, is time blocking and knowing when you check in, when you live your life, when you have family time, and not really overlapping them. Make time for every single thing. We all have the same 24 hours. Really focus on where you're putting your time and your energy, but block time to do your hobbies. Hang out with your family. When are you at work? When are you not at work? When are you doing this? Everything has a time, and you plan it out. It's really important to set those boundaries. Make sure when you have those life areas that you are focusing on each one at a specific time and not blurring everything together. This next one is really hard for me because it's something that I'm learning to do, and I can do it. It's how I say it. So saying yes when you should say no. This is really figuring out what is sustainable for you. What can you do to not only better yourself, but not burn yourself out, versus people pleasing. Don't just do it, but make it fair. If someone really wants to, make time for them, but don't let them overstep you, and value your work relationships, your friend relationships, and everything, that you are getting fair value. If someone wants to give you something, make sure you are getting something in return and you're not giving it all of your energy and time. And know to hold yourself to a high value. You are worth it. You make the time for people, make sure that they make the time for you, and it's very even give and take, that you are not burning yourself out by giving it all. And saying no is strengthening a boundary that creates a power and sets expectation that you have bigger goals, that you have more than just that one area of your life, and that you are saying no because to you something else is more important, and that is okay. Next is all about your organization. Stop playing catch up. It's time to find balance and not keep cramming. Now, if you're someone like me, you procrastinate, and waiting till last minute is my worst stressor, but honestly, I'm trying to get better. I'm really trying to set deadlines and set an action plan of exactly how I can do it, and really starting to plan ahead and work on my time management. I've been going on this journey, and I'm human, stuff happens, but cramming it all at the end is not great, and finding the balance is so important. So I'm really trying to figure out how I can plan, do, and not just plan it all and then cram it in at the end. So really figuring out in every area of your life when you need to do things for your kids, when you have stuff in relationships, you have holidays, we have so much coming up, and then at work you may be busy and you are like, I can get all to that, but later. No, start setting the deadlines, start setting times to check in with yourself, and start really taking action, because the more organized you are, the less you're going to feel like you're playing catch up, and the less you're going to feel burnt out, because you're not going to be rushed. And if something does happen and you need to take a rest, you already have a plan that you can alter. You're not waiting till last minute and then doing it again. You want to set yourself up for success by being organized and being prioritized and planned and ready to execute. That if life happens, it's okay, because you've already set a plan. You can just alter that plan. You're not rushing last minute. I'm working on this one. And then the last one that I think we all go through, and I'm really gonna go and love bomb you here, is the pressure you put on yourself. Rest can be productive. As we talked about, there's multiple areas of rest. I'm not saying that you have to show up even when it's hard, but try to catch yourself and don't fall into that slump. You can take that one day, don't take two, because you will just start a habit. And it's really important that success to you and the action you take and all the work you do is subjective to who you are. What does success mean to you? What is it that you really need to do? And make sure that you're not burning out based off someone else's happiness or someone else's fulfillment, that you are working on what you want, your goals, and what you need to focus on. And life is too short to just really give up on yourself or push yourself to a breaking point. It's not worth it. And it's okay to not be 100% all the time. You will go through the ups and downs, but give it your all that you have that day. And if that means you need to have a break, that's okay. If you can give it 10%, but that's your 100% for today, do that. It's okay to not always have goals. I am on my journey to really become, this is my years of hard work and dedication, but it's okay to take a step back. If you guys watched my last reset, I took a step back and my goals are still huge, trust me, but I'm taking away the pressure of extra things and really focusing on what do I want? What can I do right now? And what exactly are my intentions? And I didn't really set goals. I set very strong daily intentions. And I felt like this month has let me have a breather. And it's okay to slip. Life happens. You need to release that mental pressure. You need to give yourself some grace. And it's time to not worry about things more than 5 minutes if they're not even going to matter in 5 months. So if it's something that's not a big deal, it's okay. You can take a break, have a few minutes, feel emotional about it, but then get yourself back up. And all of this is for you to find balance and set boundaries and really connect with yourself when times get hard. And having that work-life balance, finding yourself before you burn out, isn't just about work and life. It's about every single area of our life. We are busy people. We go all in, and it's really important that you know that you are still believing in yourself even when you need rest, that you can still be the person you want to be, and you can build that life. Take time when you're resting to reset, refocus, and then when you're ready to get back up and go all in, start blooming, start taking that action and really focus on what matters. And over time you will still become. Maybe it was a little bit delayed. Maybe something happened. It's okay. But you're catching yourself before you fall. You're finding that balance so that you can have it all. And you're setting the boundaries not only with yourself, but others, and really focusing on what matters to live the life of your dreams. And burnout is a very strong word. I think that burnout can be that you're just mentally tired, physically tired. And that's where the types of rest come in. Then you need to really lay off yourself and give yourself some grace. Find that organization again, how you can get ahead. Stop overdoing yourself by blurring the lines of when you should be focusing on things. We have a lot on our plate, but know that certain areas of your life should be just your certain areas of life. That if you are planning and setting up your days for success, you will have intentional time for everything that you need. And that may take practice, that's okay. And you might have to start saying no to things, and things might not be lining up exactly as planned, but communicate with people. I cannot tell you enough of when you are feeling stressed and overwhelmed, communicating it and catching yourself and going to your loved ones, going to a mentor, going to someone, they can really help you. And balancing your life is a continuous journey. Blooming into the person you want to be is a continuous journey. Don't hold yourself too hard, but make sure that you are still living your life, you're not overwhelming yourself, and that you are taking the time to really reset, refocus, and go in stronger than ever, because you have that power. And we all have many hats, we all wear many titles, and you can have it all. You can do it all, and you can bloom into that person that you want to become one day at a time. I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.